U.S. and Canadian warships sailed through the Taiwan Strait on Tuesday following weekend remarks from President Joe Biden that the U.S. would defend Taiwan in the event it is attacked by China. A U.S. Navy ship, the Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer USS Higgins, conducted a routine Taiwan Strait transit on Tuesday, U.S. Navy spokesperson Lieutenant Mark Langford said in a statement. The U.S. ship conducted the transit in cooperation with Royal Canadian Navy Halifax-class frigate HMCS Vancouver, Langford said. The two ships transited through a corridor in the strait that is beyond the territorial sea of any coastal state, Lieutenant Langford said. The transit demonstrates the commitment of the United States and our allies and partners to a free and open Indo-Pacific, Lieutenant Langford added. Tuesday's transit marked the second time in just over 3 weeks that a U.S. Navy warship had made the voyage. The guided missile cruisers USS Antietam and USS Chancellorsville did so on August 28. Since U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan in early August, the U.S. has witnessed a dramatic increase in the number of Chinese military ships and submarines around Taiwan, a U.S. defense official told CNN. Though the U.S. called the transit routine, it comes after Biden added fuel to tensions between Washington and Beijing over Taiwan, telling CBS 60 Minutes that he would use U.S. troops to defend the island if China tried to invade. The strait is a 110-mile, 180-kilometer stretch of water that separates the democratic self-ruled island of Taiwan from mainland China. Beijing claims sovereignty over Taiwan, an island of 23 million people, despite China's ruling Communist Party never having controlled it. Beijing also claims sovereign rights and jurisdiction over the waters of the Taiwan Strait under Chinese law and its interpretation of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. UNCLOS, the U.S. Navy, however, says most of the strait is in international waters, citing the UNCLOS definition of territorial waters as extending 12 nautical miles, 22.2 kilometers from a country's coastline. The U.S. regularly sends its warships through the strait, making dozens of such transits in recent years. In the CBS interview, Biden was asked whether U.S. forces, U.S. men and women, would defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion. Yes, the U.S. president replied. The comments reiterate a pledge to defend Taiwan that Biden has previously made, though Sunday he specified that U.S. men and women would be involved in the effort. Canadian Ministry of Defense Head of Media Relations Daniel Boutilier confirmed Canada participated in the transit on Tuesday. Following port visits in Jakarta, Indonesia, and Manila, Philippines, HMCS Vancouver sailed through the Taiwan Strait along with the USS Higgins, as this was the most direct navigational route. This sail was done in full accordance with international law, including high seas navigation rights as outlined in the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. Boutilier told CNN, Chinese aircraft and ships were present through various parts of the U.S. and Canadian ships transit, U.S. military confirmed, but all interactions with foreign military forces during the transit were consistent with the international standards and practices and did not impact the operation, Langford said.